Vanafear won all of its matches today. Kinda, asterisk. Asterisk. We won all of our matches. Alright, so this deck is interesting. So on the surface, this is kind of a Temur, Drake's Niv-Mizzet, Krasis style deck. The person who submitted this with the title Temur Nexus. But honestly, looking at this deck, I'm not 100% sure Nexus of Fate actually belongs in it. Yeah, Nexus is like kind of here for value attacks. Or if Nexus doesn't belong in here, I wonder if we're supposed to just be playing less than 4 of it. Just because we don't want to draw a bunch of them right away until we're set up and ready to be attacking. Greeny T, just over a year ago, I was at my best friend's house with his kids. The middle son, Bobby, was playing near us. And while watching the stream on TV, Jeff said, "Dang it, Bobby." And Bobby said, Daddy, what did I do? Why is the TV mad at me? This is how Jeff got my sub, by making a child cry. Oh, that's an A+ story. That is an A+ story. All right, so we're gonna play some matches here, but I am weary of having 4 of this card. We're definitely gonna keep track of. I actually was thinking about that. Yeah, I kind of wouldn't mind more Charter Course. I'm gonna split these 3-3 to start. See, Nexus just really looks awkward on the surface. I'm not gonna cut down to 2. We're gonna play some games to give ourselves a chance to draw it, but I think going to 3 is probably not unreasonable. So again, I try not to change, especially the core idea of what a deck is doing, but I like the idea of this deck. I'm just not sure that many Nexus really makes a lot of sense. I don't think I can keep this in the dark, right? My sweet 16. Put this towards Esper Hero from the Mythic Championship. 10 out of 10, Asum. I appreciate that. Will do. I think I mulligan this. I think I just can't keep a hand that doesn't do anything like that in the dark. Chart, like, technically doesn't do anything, but it maybe propels us into some action. Really happy I mulliganed the do-nothing hand. Yeah, social media is a tough nut. Worth noting here, Chart, of course, is much better than another Nexus of Fate would have been in this hand, right? Think we're probably dead here. I didn't check the sideboard before we started. Are there a bunch of shocks in our sideboard? How much respect for the red deck does this deck have? Let's find out together. So happy together. Do, 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 do. There is no respect for the red deck. We are going to concede the match and fix that. Okie dokie. Yeah, this is... So I like look at my deck. Oh, That's for later. I like look at this deck and I go, okay, we got a number of kind of clunky expensive cards I want to cut against mono red. And I look at the sideboard and there's actual nothing in here. So let's start with 4 copies of Shock. So I need to, like, there's just infinite cards in here for the control matchup, right? Like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's actually 15 cards in the sideboard for the control matchup. Alright, well, let's change that. I did deprint. It is added to the queue. So what do I want to change here? Do I want even more than that? Well, Shock is good with Niv-Mizzet, but yeah, maybe Fire's just better. I think I'd rather just have a bunch of cheap 1-for-1s than Fiery Cannonade. I'm not sure on that though. This is at least 6 cards for the aggro matchup. Which is probably not unreasonable. Stuck with Love Snapcaster, you're not wrong. Alright, let's try here. Four drops don't really help you against aggro. Yeah, we need to bring in Pierce against red as well. Probably bring in Pierce against mono blue also. Sounds good, Nivik. Thank you for the biddies. I will make note to take care of that. So I think I just Growth Spiral this turn, so I can save the Lava Coil for Kumena next turn. I don't think that's the case. I also think just the way the deck was set up, it doesn't have cards in the sideboard for things like mono blue and mono white either. And while if you were just losing to mono red, I agree with you, it might be okay. Losing to white aggro, red aggro, and mono blue is not an acceptable sideboard call, in my opinion. It's not good enough. You need to beat some of those decks. Hey, thanks for the 3 months flash. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I guess we just ask Kanta. There's probably a good chance after we get dumpstered by a second aggro deck here that I'm gonna tear down the main deck a little bit and cut some of the mopey card draw and put some shocks and stuff in here. I don't think you can be have this little interaction game ones in this format. Yeah, I agree. Shock in the main is just good with Niv-Mizzet too. Well, the good news is the 6 cards we just added to the sideboard I get to use right away here. Top 1,000 does nothing this month. Confirmed for you. Yeah, I feel like I look at the main deck of this deck and go, oh, this deck probably has a pretty good control matchup because of the like types of threats it's playing and like card draw and stuff like that. And then like I looked at the sideboard and the sideboard was just more cards for the control matchup. Yeah, I really just kind of feel like Nexus doesn't belong. But I'm not going to cut Nexus because the person submitted it as a Nexus deck. So I'm going to reposition the card draw, I think, rather than cut Nexus. Yep, yeah, I agree, B-Rich. Shock or Shivan Fire are both very well-positioned cards in the format. Like, having 1-for-1 removal that costs 1 mana is so good against the mono-blue deck. Hey, Blarg, thanks for the second month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me employed. I'm not sure that we need Wilderness Reclamation. Like, I get that there's Temur Reclamation decks that exist, but trying to build into that, you might as well just play one of the Temur Reclamation decks from the Pro Tour. This is trying to be like a Temur Niv Crackling Drake style deck, so that's what I'm going to try and work towards. I think the new Mulligan rule is awesome. Less non-games of Magic should be the goal. Yeah, that too. This deck does have a lot of sorceries in it. You holding up a counterspell? I can get Disdainful Stroke here. Wow. Okay. Rough. I guess I have another Drake next turn, so like I'm pretty happy jamming. Wait, does top 1,000 matter for this month? No way that's true. It's just to let you know you finished in the top 1,000, right? Doesn't actually give you anything. Jensen, thanks for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, that's what I thought. Right, having that start and not have told people it was starting would be real loose, but it's still like in the range of things WotC could do. So like, oh, it doesn't matter until April 1st. Yeah, we are currently on. You currently need a red mana to play these Nivs. Yikes. They don't really have good attacks here, which is great for us. I think I'm going to modify it slightly, Savage Rocker. I think that list probably wants Pteramander somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure where. It might be better than, like, Enigma Drake and something else. Because Pteramander's real good with what's it called? I might do a little bit of surgery to it before we start today. This is my 3/3. I don't know how you ever attack through it. This one is mine. Hey, Stormy Waters with the 11-month reset. With the brand new Twitch Prime, sorry. Thank you. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. So we'll deal 1 damage here because then this dies, which kills their thing. Yeah, maybe Trex. Maybe we trim some things. I don't know. Finks is just good with evolution and Pot Bomb, which is nice. It's a card that helps us not die against aggro, but maybe it's not good enough. Nice, Ken. This hand is clunky, and all these lands come into play tap. So I'm going to go ahead and mulligan here. This hand is also not great. There's a lot of beefcakes in this deck. We're a little chunky at the top. Alright, hoping to draw a Shocker Shivan Fire here. Oh, we're so smart and thin. We're so smart and thin, chat. Just the smartest and the thinnest. Play to your outs. Oh, that's a good one, too. Yeah, Growth Spiral's a real good Magic card. I think we're probably still dead here if they have, like, anything reasonable, but we gave it the college best. Alright, let's make this deck more interactive. Main. Shadows, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. I think the Sultai Nexus deck is fine. I'm not a huge fan of any of the Nexus decks, but I like that it's capable of being a control deck. Alright, I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut some of these. Maybe just all of these, honestly. They're just so slow. Chart, of course, has been very reasonable. I'm going to go ahead and put 4 Shocks in my main deck. So I have like 4 Shocks and 4 Shivan Fires post board. That might just be almost reasonable. Yeah, I agree, Gabriel Paints. It almost seems like a fine Temur mid-range deck if we just like trim the Nexus. I'm not going to get rid of all of them though, because like maybe they're useful at some point. I'm gonna play at least 1 more match here before we roll on to the next one. But just like trying to get us into a position where we're not just like dead in a dumpster fire to all these aggro decks. AGH, 1 more month and I'll have Real Steel to slay the plebs. Thanks for the 11 months. Welcome back. Fen Amanon, thank you for the Prime support as well. I didn't miss you. I appreciate it. And Triss of Gad, can I put... They can pry my horrible blue-white control deck from my cold dead hands. Thanks for the 7 months. I don't know if Vivian's good enough. I agree with that assessment. That she seems like a clunky piece of card advantage. Is there just like supposed to be Pteramander in this deck? Is that the line? I guess I don't have ops for him, but it's probably still okay. I'm just gonna do that. It's more cheap plays. I don't know that we're strictly worse Izzet Drakes. Izzet Drakes didn't have that great of a weekend at the PT for a reason. And like, there was a blue-red Drakes deck that had Hydroid Krasis that did well at one of the open. So like, it's not unreasonable just like be a little bit bigger version of Drakes basically. I don't know that I'd call us worse so much as just bigger. I mean, Growth Spiral isn't irrelevant in this deck. Growth Spiral, like, has a meaningful text box. Interesting. Looking for a red source here. I'm gonna trade these here. Pteramander already looking great, just enabling Chart of Course and just like trading early so we have relevant plays. Hopefully we draw 2 lands here so we can Growth Spiral this turn. I think I have to shock this inning and just like hope to hit land here and play Niv next turn. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. I can actually fluke this off next turn too, which is nice. Perfect. Go. Growth Spiral working out here. If we hit another land, Nexus of Fate's gonna be real good. I think I'm actually gonna sacrifice Pteramander here. I think I'm low enough that that has to happen. So double Growth Spy will let me draw 4 cards so I can kill this Demanding Dragon. So I'm going to resolve the Niv. And then I still... Oh, that's really good. And then before I let this Growth Spiral resolve, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So that way I give myself the most chances to find a land. Weird. We untapped with Niv and we won the game. Also worth noting here that, like, you look at what we ended up doing this turn. We didn't... The Nexus of Fate was irrelevant, right? Like, we won this game, and Nexus of Fate was just a card stuck in our hand that didn't do anything meaningful. Which, again, I think is a huge knock against Nexus of Fate existing in this deck. Like, I'm just going to cut it against this aggro matchup. I'm going to board in a bunch of Shivan Fires here. Visit. Ramping into Niv is good. Like, this thing is kind of a mid-range Niv-Mizzet deck. Seems sweet. Seems really interesting. There's a Temur control deck on my website that plays Incubation Druid, Growth Spiral, Niv-Mizzet, Hydroid Krasis. So if you haven't checked out my website, you should definitely do that. There's a Temur control deck up there that we played that I liked. This is doing similar things, but I do think that there's room for a growth spiral Niv deck to be good somewhere in the format. I'm gonna play Stomping Ground tapped on one here. And then we can actually shock in Breeding Pool, cast Growth Spiral, cast Shock. I don't think I want to play Legion War Boss. I don't think fighting over the ground is a place I want to be in my life. They're not rotating Witchwood, but are rotating some of the cards in Witchwood out of their standard. Well, I mean, rotating it out of their standard, that just means they're banning it, right? Like, that's what that means. Like, they're not doing any, they're just banning the card. Like, normally Hearthstone doesn't ban things, right? They just rebalance them. I think they're probably using the verbiage rotate out rather than ban to save face, or like because banning has negative connotation. Yep. You just use GoDaddy or some other domain acquisition service. Alright, so I want to make sure I leave double red up when I cast this chart, of course, in case I chart into a shock. God, we're so smart and thin! Why are we so smart and thin, chat? Rain Spider, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And thanks for the kind words. What do I bin here? I think it's the Crackling Drake. I think it's the Crackling Drake. I'm doing this now on my turn while they're tapped out because I don't want to get hit by Colossus. Alright, so they have a way to kill my Krasis, but it's still going to gain me 2, draw me 2, because it's excellent. That's a copy of Shock. I think I'm still just supposed to do this turn for 4. So I'm going to 4 this turn, so they have another Collision Colossus, I'm dead. Oh, dead to that too, right? They just pump whichever one I don't block. Alright, game the 3rd. Do I want these Cannonades? Probably want these Cannonades, at least some of them. I'm gonna board in 2. No blue mana is sad. I'm going to keep this one with the Scribe. Perfect. We're actually going to play a Grixis deck, a Grixis Drake deck up next with Pteramander and Thief of Sanity in it. I think I'm going to put some Pteramanders in it before we get going. fantastic. I think I'm ditching that for now. Sun House checking in for the 12th month in a row. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate that. I knight thee, defender of the realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. I think I just want to keep my health total high here. I have this next Lava Coil to deal with the Rekindling Phoenix. Yep. Oh, they don't have a land. That's good for us. Play this before we play our land, because if we draw a tapped land, I want to put it into play. Hey, DeRosas, thanks for the 7th month in a row. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Have another 2-drop here as well. It's a little scary. I like that they gave these two different... That, like, they rioted one for plus and rioted the other for haste after seeing Fiery Cannonade, like getting one out of Cannonade range. Yep. Yeah, which is, and this time of year, Humble Greek, should be peak modern time, generally speaking, because this time of year, standard's like in its middling point. So, generally speaking, now is the peak time to be making modern content, if you were going to make modern content ever. I think I just have to block here. I just can't afford to keep taking hits. This works out fine, right? Like, this happens. I'm just dead if I don't block, right? Because it's 7. The opponent did miss 2 points of damage. Yep. Alright, sweet. And then I've got this, kill this, and then I've got Giant Krasis to gas back up with next turn. It's a 7... So, shocking this in costs me a health, but it draws me an extra card, which I think is relevant. So I can Pteramander, poop Pteramander, Shivan Fire this, hold shock up to kill this. So, kick this on here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, only one, so let's do that. Close this game out. Yeah, just one of the reasons why this format is so good is just because of the flexibility of a lot of the answers. I'm gonna change the title of this to Temur Niv, and I'm gonna cut the Nexuses. I'm gonna play one or two more here because we haven't been playing this deck for very long, but this is just not a Nexus of Fate deck. I like what's going on here. but it's definitely just not a good Nexus of Fate deck. I'm gonna put a couple of ops in his filler. I like this. I've not felt the need for Wilderness Reclamation. I'm not sure why Wilderness Reclamation in decks like this that aren't trying to abuse it with X spells or like ramping up their mana, you're just trying to make, I'm struggling to find the word, but I don't think it's good here. Yeah, look at this hand. This hand looks awesome. We're not going to die right away because we have a shock in our hand. Yeah, it's why Band Flash doesn't run Reclamation. We're not abusing the big amounts of mana with it. So I don't think it's good because we're not abusing it. That's why I renamed the deck Tada. Ooh, yeah, see, like, this is sweet, right? Like, getting to curve Growth Spiral into fast Crackling Drake, like, that's awesome. And now, like, if I draw another land next turn, we, like, get Niv going, and, like, fast Niv against the Nexus deck here could be very, very good. Not sure I really need extra ramp. So I'm gonna play this chart, of course, post-combat. It gets me less damage this turn, but it gives me an extra card in the long term. Ooh, maybe this deck should play some Cindervines. Rekindling Phoenix over Op. That's interesting. And we do have a lot of good threats. So I get to hit them for 5 down to 8 and then play Niv-Mizzet out. And then the nice thing about Niv-Mizzet means that even if they try to combo, they have to like either bounce Niv or have other things going on. So now the question is, can they find Blink of an Eye before they cast 7 other spells? Game 1, if I had to venture a guess, is probably bad for us in this matchup. even with a good hand. Like, our hand was good. If we'd have been on the play, maybe we'd have run him over. But again, if they find Blink of an Eye here, they're gonna kill us. But post-board, like, my Lava Coils and some of my Hydroid Krasises, these are all going to turn into counter spells, which should put us favorable in this matchup. Yeah, like, we can kill them through Root Snare. So they need to blink Niv, or they can't just pass with Root Snare, because we're going to kill them. Well, they're not looking for Nexus or Sparkles, so opting before the Nexus goes back into their deck makes sense because they need Blink of an Eye. Without Blink of an Eye, they're dead. Niv, they can't combo with Niv in play. Oh, okay. They could just chain Krasis. New season starts this afternoon, I believe. Something like 2 o'clock. Oh, wait. They weren't taking another turn. Oh, I'm dumb. That concession, they didn't have a turn in the bank. They didn't have a turn in the bank. That was an early concession. As someone who concedes when we're in garbage time, that was too early. Yeah, that was their last turn. So that concession was bad. It's whatever. This match actually doesn't matter. Again, just like, when we don't care about our rank, like, we're just looking to learn. So, like, our deck probably kills them there, which is all I really need to know. So, I agree that that concession was wrong. Yes. Yeah, they could potentially stay alive with Root Snare, but then I get to replay Niv. And, like, getting to replay Niv's a big deal. It's fine. We'll just win. We'll just win 2-0 in the postboard games. For the person who just asked me, is X modern deck good? All modern decks suck. Pick the one you like to play. Do you like playing that deck? If yes, it's fine. Play it. Yeah, Kaya not close, Psycho Smurf. Kaya would be real sweet to see. He's gonna hold up Frilled Mystic this turn. This deck's lack of ways to interact with enchantments post board is probably a mistake. I feel like 2 to 3 Cindervines in the 75 is probably a good idea. With high average performances, then you should take a look at all of the decks that have been putting up results at recent tournaments and then pick one of those to play. I would also give you the recommendation that the only thing you care about in Magic is winning, that you're likely going to be an incredibly frustrated individual who should likely find a different game as a hobby. Magic's got a buck ton of variance in it. Do not tie your self-worth to your Magic the Gathering results. You are likely going to be, I said buck, B-U-C-K, as in a male deer. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Do 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 do. Ooh, that's a good one. You ever played Warhammer 40K or similar? I played some Warhammer Fantasy when I was growing up. I actually, the Warhammer TCG is fantasy based, and that's been the mobile card game I've been playing recently. They're getting ready to release their 3rd set soon, which is sweet. Nice, Drew. Congrats. Now that's gonna be stuck in my head. What did I collect? I had a beast army, I think it was. Leaves, thanks for the prime support. So shipping your Basil bucks back this way, I appreciate it. Yeah, we are supposed to get a modern announcement today. I don't think Gazcant is worth the counterspell. I think they're dead on board, and I just want to counter Nexuses and Root Snares. If they weren't dead on board, I'd be more aggressive about countering the Search for Azcanta, but I think because they're dead on board, I'm just supposed to chill. Because, like, if they cast Nexus here, they die. Probably dead. 240 cards, all Horizon Canopy. How sick would it be if they finished, like, the Horizon Canopy cycle? That would be nuts. They have 6 cards in here, so they get to flip Azcanta this turn. They didn't flip Azcanta. Interesting. Card must have been real good. I'm going to concede to a Nexus of Fate here, not because we're guaranteed dead to it, but just because I'm kind of bored. I'm going to put some Cindervines in our sideboard. Not that we would have drawn Cindervines this game, but I think they should probably definitely be in the board. Probably, definitely. Yeah, I'm just kind of bored. I'm gonna enjoy conceding to Nexus while we can without it having any actual real punishment. Next season, we're going to try and stay in the top 1,000. This season, doesn't matter. Okay, let's play one more here with Temur Niv before I jump on along to the next one. I believe the next season starts this afternoon, if I recall correctly. Main deck duress. Show me where the mono blue deck hurt you, opponent. Show me where the mono blue deck hath hurt you. They just attack with Hydroid Krasis. They just attack with Hydroid Krasis again and again and again. Kinda sad that they took my draw 2 here. Rude. Just gonna shock their dome, get this Pteramander to pop off a little quicker. Ooh, that's exciting. Was Manfield playing... Manfield had duresses in the main? That's interesting. Punished for being aggressive with my shock. I enjoy this being a No Justice stream. Lands! Huge, huge tracts of land. Sweet. Alright. Next turn, red source. Let's do it. Modern was great. The Manaphyr Court deck is a lot of fun. I have found a deck that I enjoy. Playing in Modern. It's been a while. Oh. Oh, would you look at that? Top deck hero. Bum 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 ba da dum bum. Do 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 do. Thanks for the card. New pin came in and everything looks fantastic. I'm sure the first one was UPS. We'll pick the package. No problems, Casey. I'm glad we got it all set up for you. No, we don't, unfortunately, we don't have enough viewers right now for the streamer card shuffling algorithm to kick in. You gotta be above 2,500 viewers to get the streamer luck draws on Arena. When you get above 2,500 viewers, WotC flips the streamer luck switch for you. It's very convenient. That's why when I hit that number of viewers, I usually stream for longer. So, I think Lava Coil out's probably good. Shock kills Thief, which is relevant. I might want some Shivan Fires for that same reason. I don't think Cindervines is good enough. I think I'm just going to bring in, like, Frilled Mystic and Shivan Fire. Sarcasm, or is it really? The best trolls are the ones where you're uncertain of if they're true. They also play Hostage Taker. Alright, that changes the dynamic. Honestly, do I just click submit? Maybe I trade the shocks for Shivan Fires. What if I do this? What about this? This seems okay. Let's do like 3, 2, 2. Vinny Chi, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Good morning, Thorn Sid. This is fine. You don't want to mulligan against decks full of discard spells, generally speaking. Hey, Zinchi, thanks for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Sure. Didn't get disinformation campaigned here, so we got 2 shots to find a 4th land to turn 3 Crackling Drake, which is great. Perfect. Curves like this make me feel really good about the fact that I just timed someone out for saying we should cut Crackling Drakes for Expansion Explosion with no other validation. Just like, this card's kind of great. Ooh, that's a good one. So now I have to decide, do I want to play the next Crackling Drake? I think I actually want to just double chart this turn and gas up. I guess if I double chart, I have to discard the hand size, huh? I'd be up to 8 cards, so I just play Crackling Drake. I'm just gonna play Crackling Drake, actually. The Bazaar is Reynad's game, right? I don't really know anything about that. So, unlike many people in the world, I try not to give opinions on things that I'm not really informed about. Two spell cards are cheating, I agree. I think I actually ditch a Hydroid Krasis here. This is how good my hand is. Discard this Hydroid Krasis, that's my worst card. So that lets me kill Karn on this attack, which is nice. And then I can play this other chart, of course, post-combat plus a land. And still hold up Dive Down, which is great. Actually, let's shock this in and play Terry. Scary Terry. Go. Oh, right. There's a Bazaar banner under my stream. Yeah, so all the sponsors that are listed under my stream, those are my Tempo Storm sponsors. Those are things that come with the Tempo Storm gig. I do not, Aaron. I believe the Tempo Storm discount only applies to the Tempo Storm branded racer. Can you add this to Mardu, Phoenix, Aristocrats? Got tomorrow off. The kids are going to be with Grandma. Sounds good, Modian. Thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. All right, well, yikes. Well, that went south really quick. Huh. I guess I get to floop Pteramander, attack for 10, play another Crackling Drake next turn. So we might actually be okay here just racing them. And, like, obviously if we draw removal, we're great. Even without drawing a removal spell here, I think we're okay. Because they're playing blue-black, which means they don't have a sweeper. So, they play Niv, and I have 3 lethal attackers. So, like, if they play Niv, play removal spell, they're still dead. Yeah, if they have Vraska's Contempt here, they live by playing the Crackling Drake out. Or they could have double cast down. Those are their lines to live here. And I get to untap and play Krasis for 7, which is still good. Or they're dead. Got it? The final say on altered cards always comes down to head judge discretion. The general rule of thumb that head judges use are so long as the card's not thicker so you can't recognize it from the rest of your deck, and so long as the original artwork's not obscured, you're okay. So like border extensions are generally okay so long as they're done well and don't make the thickness different, but in general you always need to talk to head judges about it. And not obscene, that's true too. No, don't put giant penises on your Magic cards and expect them to be okay. Oh, arcade post. Alright, so the place we ended with this deck is a little bit further away from the original submission that I generally like to get, but the original submission for this deck, I really feel like it was kind of non-functional. It didn't have any game to it against the aggressive decks. It was trying to play Nexus without leveraging Reclamation, and I really think you need to leverage Reclamation and unfair things to do that. And I think once you head into Reclamation territory, you should probably just be playing the Temur Reclamation decks like from the Pro Tour, like Pascal Maynard went 8-2 with. That being said, the final iteration of what we have here of Temur Niv, I kind of really like. Like, getting to Niv and Crackling Drake ahead of time is really sweet. Krasis has some small synergy with Niv and gives us a lot of bombs. Both Lava Coil and Shock, I really feel like, are premium removal spells right now. I think Lava Coil's just arguably, it's close with Mortify, but either Lava Coil or Mortify are the best removal spell in the format. And Shock is just so exceptionally good against the red decks and the mono blue decks that's worth playing. In fact, I've got a bunch of Shivan Fires in the sideboard here because of that. Justin Mack, thank you for the 35-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. You are 1 month away from being another landholder here in Hooglandia. The map is coming. Dinky Dorko, thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way again. I appreciate it. Welcome back. But yeah, so if you're looking for kind of a sweet Temur deck, I like where this deck ended up at overall, as far as all things considered. In fact, I might tag this as one of my deck of the days. We'll see how the rest of these go, but I was super happy with what we ultimately ended up with here. Yeah, I agree. It feels like a Drake's deck that instead of cheating on land, we're just like going bigger and like getting ourselves paid off for having extra land. All right, we're playing another Drake's deck up next here that I might add Scary Terry to this other one. I forgot about Terry last night. I feel like he probably belongs here. What's our instant and sorcery count? 23. I feel like Terry might be better than Enigma Drake here. We actually have a 4-year sub icon, Tumos. We are in and taken care of. I think I'm going to cut the Enigma Drakes and one freebooter. Kite Sail's fine. Kite Sail's a card that they need to kill, which is something that I like. Let's try